Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to Let's Play Crash Bandicoot here on the PSX channel. We're going back to a previous level that we actually did now that we have one of the crystals needed to go back. In fact, this is going to be the theme where we actually get to use said go back. We now have the blue crystal, which means we can go back to a previous level. That previous level, ladies and gentlemen, is of course the Rolling Stones. Yeah, this is the one. We'll go back to the Rolling Stones because now we have the crystal needed to get the rest of the boxes. So I hope you know what you're doing here. So I know for a fact I know what I'm doing as well. So you don't need me to tell you how important this is. So as I mentioned, we're now in the double digits. So in this point of the game, you'll be going back through levels. Because the most... If you're thinking we're going to be going through the most different rage-fueling level in the game, wait till later on. We are going to go through the worst level in the game, the infamous slippery slope, slippery trail. I think it's simple called something anyway. Let's just go back to where we were before. So, hope you know what you're doing. Aim where you have to do. This time we have to take all the boxes down. So we have to trigger the explosion because it's the only way we can do that. And when you do that, you lose all the items. Oh well, fair enough. We can just move on. Go back through here. We need to head back to a certain point in the level where it shows us, because now we have the crystal in our hands. We can now essentially go down it. So we're not there yet. Nearly there. I'll tell you when we're there. I believe we're going to be getting there soon. So, if you had no problems how you do that, well, I missed out on a box. Just needed to go back briefly to get a yak of that. Brilliant. So, go for this, that, kill the skunk. There it is. You see that blue crystal there? That's the one. Head down this blue platform to find yourself in hidden areas. This also now proves that the natives were actually working for Neo Cortex the whole damn time. In other words, the natives were actually his hired help, which is bullshit considering he must pay for the... Cortexes must realize that union costs must be fucking steep. So, yeah, there's not much you can point out. I mean, there is a Nitrous Brio level, but I can't seem to find it. Facebook is interrupting me again! So yeah, we have a perfect crystal, which means we can just move on to the level. So we now have a regular yellow crystal. This is the crystal that we missed out on. Yep, now we can move on from the area itself. So we have 14 crystals, we have 24 levels beaten, we have the first of 2 keys. And we're not done yet. Not by a long shot. I'm now probably going to call this Blue Crystal Backtracking. The next level in particular we are going to is, of course, back to the power plant. Or back to, not generator room, we're going back to Cortex Power. Yeah, we're going back to Cortex Power for a reason. Blue Crystal. There's a blue crystal. The blue crystal is used here. So, back to the power plant as usual. Not much to say here. Just look, we'll just go back. I'm not going to explain much because I know where we're headed. So, let's do this, as it were. Back to that. To this one. And we get ourselves back. Back to vulnerability. Now, I would say go left. But we're not going to head left because we're going to be true. We're going back the same direction we're going to. Except now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be heading. We're going to be now heading back. Back to that again. This time we go right. Let's go back here. There. Now, let's go left. Now, the reason why we're going left here is because this is the reverse of what we have to, but there's also a reason why. Lo and behold, my good sir. Lo and behold. Crystal switch. Because now we're invincible, we can just pretty much jump over these and just, do what we want, really. Through here. Except now we have a problem. If you go through that, you will lose your way forward. So sadly, we have to stay here and wait for the power-up to, cease. There you go. What you just do is just trigger one and run towards the end. lo and behold, you get 10, and you get 10 boxes taken out. So that's one way of sorting our direction out. I believe we now head back towards where we were before, which is, of course, if we go through here, as it were, back to the crystal platform here. We're back to where we were. Let's go back the same way we go. Let's go back the right direction, because we have that intersection. Because it's kind of difficult when you're going back through platforms, because it's a bit tricky. Especially since you've got all those gifts, you've got all those bits to go through. That's the most difficult part. This is the most difficult part of Cortex Power. The going back certain points. Do not do this. For the love of God, do not do this. At least we have a checkpoint so we know where we're going. So yeah, we have this bit here. We're back to this point, so we go this direction again. This time, head this way. You know the intersection we went to? We're gonna go back to where the pinstripe minion was and take out the boxes there. He shows up again. No surprise. No shit. No surprise either. Damn it! I'm using a method for the RTK channel. If you want to know what the RTK channel is, this is basically where me, James, and Kari are hanging out playing games and tormenting each other because we're bastards. And we are bastards indeed. Alright, so we're going back to where we were. Let's go back this direction. Careful now, and I do mean careful. Yeah, this direction now. Get on the platform, head this way, head that way, go through here. Jump across platforms here and there, like so. Avoid those that go in directionals. They're bastards, you can't jump across it without getting electrocuted. Even with the power supply. I mean, of course, Taku Aku protects you. Doesn't protect you enough, in my opinion. Right, can we get back on, please? Yeah. This bit, you know what to do here. Take out everyone. There. Finally, take out the 4 boxes. They're the last ones. And with that complete, we finally have the crystal for the power room. With the generator room, the Cortex power level complete, we now get the gem. This gem is a regular white crystal. Again, it allows us to cross, it saves us for a very special occasion, so we now have that one. So, we got the backtracking done. Let's move on to the first actual difficult level of the game. You know which one it is, the one I've been heading to, the hardest level in Crash Bandicoot itself. The slippery climb. This is a long video, and oh boy, this one's a doozy, because this one tested my platforming. You now have castle platforms. You have platforms that go left and right. You have an amazing jump that I just did there. You have timing. Timing is something that most platformers. You have enemies to avoid completely. Prisoners trapped in the castle, because this is Cortex's actual castle. Indeed, this is actually his castle. So go for this, go for that. And now we got these vulture enemies that we need to step on. They're actually the platforms that we need to use. Otherwise, we're screwed. Quite literally. As always, take down the boxes. As this being the most difficult level, it gives us the ultimate reward later. No, not the nitrous brios icon, but there is a colored crystal, most very, very valuable that we need to get, because this will trigger a special level that we need to use. So wait for the vulture to rise up to the correct platform, because even though it will be at a low level, it will not count. So just follow the direction you see on the screen. It's kind of difficult, so yeah. Oh, this is where it gets difficult. Now these staircases can actually go freaking much pull in themselves in and out. In this level, it's very devious. As I said before, platforming is easy when you're eating at platforms. This said before, this is freaking Cortex's castle. Fortunately, this never gets seen again because Cortex just abandons it. It just becomes a tourist attraction. I don't know. Something has to go on. Nothing happens. Of course, they don't have to do this again because the next 2 episodes they focus on freaking what? Revenge, fantasies, and freaking time warps. Who knew? So yeah, let's do this box again. So I just realized I can actually not hold the jump button, do things quicker. To be honest, it does actually make things a lot easier. Now we deal with platforms that go in these changes. Utterly predictable. You have no idea how to contend these. Gotta watch out for the platform's unpredictableness, and also you have to wait till it's the right level, then head towards that. The good news is now we're facing off against it's Cortex's minions. Oh great, Chibikari's in this game now. Bastard! As if Cortex was bad enough. Now we face off against minions. And a fuck ton of minions. Yeah, I can hear her in the background going, Minion! Yeah, I can't say it. Anyway, Cortex Brios icon number 2. Carry straight on. Let's see, moving on. We got some more of these little bastards out of the way. Yeah, and of course more vultures. We got tying these as always. Right. Brios icon number 3, which means bonus room. It's challenge room bonus time. Which unfortunately means we have to avoid hitting ourselves. Freaking fuck. Not good. Whew, that was close. I thought I was gonna die there. Oh well. Brios's bonus rooms are not that challenging, yet this is. Technically, getting hit by the rocks is just, kind of helps really. When you're invincible, you can't get hit. Also, being invincible has its complete and utter disadvantages. For instance, you can't say do a cakewalk throughout the whole level. You can still fuck it up by falling into a pit. Final leg now. Just hit the vultures. Go after them. Oh crap! It's more Cortex's minions. The scientists, and you do that, and then that's the end of the level. And the good news is, since we did a perfect run, we can now get our next item, which is of course the most vital of color crystals. We now gain our hands on the red crystal. The red crystal now means we can head back to the road to nowhere. And we can get the bonus item there. So now we have 16 gems. We're getting really, 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 really close. That's the end of that. In the next episode, it's going to be more backtracking, so laters.